Hey everybody, it's Hump Day Wednesday by the time of the filming of this. Um, Hopefully everything's going to go a whole lot more smoother. There was a talk of an outburst that took place in Tennessee after a school shooting took place. The Republican governor there that promised change for the better concerning gun reform and all this good stuff really did nothing but approve of some little minor rules that took place that was declared like last year, and they finally got around to it this year, and the governor approved those little minor rules that had absolutely nothing to do with gun control and keeping the guns out of bad people's hands. So for all those people that lashed out at the governor, I think they're in the right. Especially seeing as how those people that stepped up in front of him at Tennessee Capitol were the victims' parents, along with the people that were very concerned. They got every right to get on the politician's case for not doing a damn thing. That being said, I want to go down to Florida, where it's not so much the guns that are a problem. I mean, there is a gun problem down there too, but right now there's a hurricane that's just passing through Florida right now, and certain parts are flooded out and everything like that. So far, not too much damage is being reported and everything. But here's the thing. Governor DeSantis declared a national emergency before the hurricane hit. President Biden approved, and so all this money went straight to Florida for repairs and all this other stuff to make compensate for the damages that was done there. Here's the thing. It's nice to know that he did this pre-thing, as opposed to governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, where a hurricane happened and everybody said, "What are you going to do about it, Governor Christie?" And Governor Christie said, "Well, what's Obama going to do about it? He's the president." Okay. Not doing anything until you could shoulder the responsibility on somebody else is pretty damn bad. DeSantis here in Florida, some 10 years later, DeSantis, who pre-ordered national disaster relief, okay, well, he's got a lot of money, and now we're going to find out where it's actually being spent. Okay? We got to keep our eyes open to see as to whether or not the disaster relief finances went actually to the victims of the disaster, the natural disaster, and how much of it went to his campaign funds. I'm not saying he's the same as Trump, but so far he's proven himself to be no different. Okay? He's proven himself to be a little more different than normal. It's pretty obvious that the disaster relief fund is only going to go to certain selective people. Okay? No differently than the PPP funding during the time of the COVID epidemic, where we all had to get masks and gloves were distributed and COVID tests were distributed and all this good stuff. Those are materials. Okay? Checks were filled out, and governors stepped up to take those checks, and a lot of money did not go to the people. They were tossed a couple of boxes of masks, and that was about it. And throughout most of Florida, everybody rejected the masks. Okay? So where did the rest of the money go? Because DeSantis took millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay? He took his share. And if he didn't put it out for the people who were rejecting everything anyway, okay, so where's the money? And this is what I'm referring to right now with this disaster bill declaration thing, where he's gotten hundreds of millions of dollars or $1 billion from Biden. And now we're sort of wondering, well, where did the money go? Where is this money going? Okay? Look out for the money, and you see the true nature of these politicians. My Lone Star State governor is 100% proof of that. Billions and billions and billions for border security, and we're still under threat. Nothing has been done. The wall still falls. In fact, and even though, yeah, he did barrels with razor wire and stuff, that still doesn't cost anything. That still doesn't cost anything. Barrels you can get anywhere. Razor wire you can get lots of it at $1.50 per foot. You know. So for him to say, well, we need $1 billion for border security, and then only spends $100,000 on these stupid barrels with razor wire on them. I mean, guys, connect the dots. Where's the rest of the money? I'll tell you where it's at. It's pocketed in his bank account. It's the cheer is spread amongst his people. Okay? And that's exactly the advice that I'm giving all of you out there in your state, particularly in Florida, concerning this particular issue with this particular amount of money that's supposed to go to relief for the, and watch who it is that he's actually relieving. One black family in a ghetto is not the same as the entire city. Okay? While the rest of the corporations and businesses and all of them, well, they need their structures to be stabilized and all this other crap. That doesn't, that goes without saying, sure. But those companies, if they're actual companies, then they've got insurances and invested money, petty cash or whatever you want to call it, put into it. And if they don't, well, that's their fucking problem. They're making $100,000 to $1 million to $1 billion a year. Okay. And they don't have the finances to restructure themselves. Pay attention to where the money's going. Okay. Pay attention to where the money's going. And that should give you a huge indicator as to who to vote for and not to vote for, this coming election. And that's it. That's the only advice that I got to say. Another thing on the side note, somebody's bitching about Biden putting $22 billion or $22 million worth of weapons to Ukraine. Okay, and it's supposed to be, we can't do anything better with $22 million. No, we can't. And remember, it's $22 million worth of weapons, not $22 million itself. Okay, so something substantial, something real is actually going to Ukraine, not just this check out of our tax-paying dollars. Okay, military weapons that's actually being put to use to fight off the communists, to fight off Putin. Okay? There's no problem here. Just had to let that out. Common sense on common ground says this isn't a problem. I'm going to kill it by the 10 minutes. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. It's Hump Day Wednesday. Let's have a safe one out there. Good luck to all of y'all and take care. And we'll see you next time. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.